If you've ever laid in bed feeling that first twinge of pain and your mind immediately started racing, how bad will this get? Will the doctors believe me? Will I lose my job? Then this video is for you. We talk a lot about the physical pain of sickle cell crisis, the joints, the chest, the agony, but we rarely talk about the other side, the side that keeps you awake even before the pain hits a 10, the fear. Today, we aren't just talking about pain management, we are talking about fear management. Because when you control the fear, you take back a huge part of your life. First, I need you to hear this. Your fear is not a weakness, it is a survival instinct. When you live with sickle cell anemia, your brain is constantly scanning for danger. It is trying to protect you. Research actually shows that the anticipation of pain can be just as distressing as the pain itself. You aren't making this up. Studies confirm that hospital visits cause distress because we worry about not being believed. We worry about the performance of pain, having to prove we are hurting just to get help. That is a heavy burden to carry while you are physically suffering. Let's get specific. In the comments right now, type yes if you felt any of these 4 specific fears I'm about to talk about. First, the fear of the unknown. Going from a 0 to a 100 on the pain scale and not knowing when it will stop. I can't say how many times I get up at night gasping for breath in a panic because I am afraid to die. Or talk about the fear of whether I will fail an exam or lose my job because of frequent absences. 2, fear of judgment. Walking into the ER and wondering, is this nurse going to think I'm drug seeking? Or could things get really worse because I'm not taken as seriously as I should? I remember a time when I went to the ER. I had a sickle cell crisis and I was in so much pain. However, the nurse told me to sit down and wait until I was called. I ended up waiting for about 8 hours and finally had to leave and go home to manage my pain by myself. Now, just the thought of going into an ER when I am in pain is scary. Fear of lost time. Canceling a trip, missing that birthday, or calling out of work again, missing that test, exam, or project. I have a very small circle of friends because I cannot meet these expectations. I am constantly worried about losing my job or failing an exam because of how often I have to call in sick. 4, fear of losing control. Feeling like your body has betrayed you is scary. I often suffer from depression because I feel so limited by my body. Sometimes I tell my husband that I have so many dreams, but I feel trapped in my body. If you've ever felt any of this, know that you are not alone. I see you. I've felt every single one of these. But here is the good news. While we can't always control the crisis, we can control the spiral. Living in this state of fight or flight does something to us. It is not just stress, it can lead to real anxiety, depression, and even PTSD from traumatic hospital stays. Studies show that medical trauma is real for us warriors. When you are afraid, your muscles tense up. When your muscles tense up, the pain gets worse. It's a cycle. And today we are going to break that cycle. PubMed studies show that catastrophizing, that is when our brain immediately jumps to the worst case scenario, actually increases pain perception. This doesn't mean the pain is in your head. The pain is real, but your reaction to the pain can act like a volume knob, turning it up or turning it down. What then are some practical tools or actionable steps we can take to help us manage our fear? Okay, grab a notebook or open your phone notes. We are building your crisis survival kit, mental edition. Here are 4 tips on how we can manage our fear. Tip number 1, the pre-game plan. Do not wait for the crisis to decide how you will cope. Write it down now. What medicines work? Which hospital do I go to? Who do I call? Because when the pain hits, you lose your ability to think clearly. Your plan will do the thinking for you. Tip number 2 is the 3-minute reset. When the panic rises, your body floods with adrenaline. You need to manually override that. I want you to try box breathing with me right now. You're going to breathe in for 4 minutes, hold for 4, and out for 4. Doing this for just 3 minutes tells your brain, I am safe right now. Tip number 3 is strategic distraction. Distraction isn't ignoring your body, it is protecting your mind. Create a crisis playlist on YouTube with some comedy clips, some sermons, some calming music. What is on your playlist? Podcasts, audiobooks? Have them downloaded and ready before you need them. Tip number 4 is the spiritual anchor. As a Christian, I have an extra weapon. When fear says, this will never end, scripture says, this too shall pass. When fear says, you are alone, God says, I am with you. You can keep a set of index cards with God's promises like Isaiah 41 verse 10 next to your bed. Sometimes I can't pray because the pain is too much, but I can look at those cards. This is how other warriors have said that they cope. One warrior said, I focus on the fact that I have survived 100% of my bad days so far. Another warrior said, my husband holds my hand and the physical touch reminds me that I am here. So you see, you are not fighting this battle in isolation. Listen to me closely. You are a warrior. Fear is a natural reaction to an unnatural amount of pain that we feel. Be gentle with yourself. If you are in a crisis right now or you are afraid of the next one, I want you to take a deep breath. You have the tools, you have the strength, and you have this community. If this video helped you feel a little less alone, you might love this other video with tips on how to live a normal life with sickle cell. Please hit the like button. It helps other warriors find this channel. And tell me in the comment section, what is your number 1 comfort item during a crisis? Let's help each other out. See you in the next video.